Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we'll be continuing with chapter 1st, Principles of Management in our subject OCM. In the last session we had studied about the 14 principles of management given by Sir Henry Fayol. The principle or the theory which was framed by Henry Fayol is known as the administrative theory. After Henry Fayol, the other theory was given by F.W. Taylor, that is Frederick Winstor Taylor, and his theory is scientific management theory. Before we start to study the principles of management given by F.W. Taylor, let's have a brief look. F.W. Taylor was an American mechanical engineer who has given his contribution in industrial efficiency. F.W. Taylor is known as the father of scientific management. Now, let's start with the principles of management given by F.W. Taylor. The first principle of scientific management given by F.W. Taylor is science, not rule of thumb. Taylor says that the rule of thumb should be substituted with the method developed through scientific analysis of work. The managers, based on personal judgment, should select the best ways for performing a job. Through this scientific approach, the trial and error is avoided and the managers are able to set standard time and standard output for a particular task. By this method, the organizational goals are achieved easily. This method saves time and human energy. The next principle given by F.W. Taylor is harmony, not discord. Harmony means existing together in a peaceful atmosphere. Harmony amongst the managers and workers leads to completion of tasks in time. It helps in getting good results. Harmony avoids discord, which means arguments or disagreement on certain points. Harmony in business helps the business to flourish and the employees to prosper in a healthy work environment. The next principle given by F.W. Taylor is mental revolution. Mental revolution means a change in the attitude of workers and management. Both should realize their importance and should cooperate with each other to get good results. This attitude is good for both of them and even for the organization. According to Taylor, instead of fighting over division of profits, both the managers and the employees should work hard and give their wholehearted efforts for increasing the profit of the organization. Now we come on to the next principle given by F.W. Taylor, that is cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation means a process of working together to achieve common goals. These goals are set up by the managers for the development of organization. This principle states that the managers and employees are the two pillars of the organization who, by their understanding, efforts, trust and team spirit, turn the competition amongst them into a healthy working environment. F.W. Taylor's next principle is division of responsibility. According to this principle, the work should be appropriated to the managers and employees along with the responsibility to complete it in time. Various planning decisions are taken by the top level management which needs to be executed by the middle level management, lower level management and the workers. This principle helps to get the best performance from all the managers and employees. The last principle of scientific management given by F.W. Taylor is development of employer and employees for greater efficiency and maximum prosperity. This principle emphasizes that the general prosperity of any organization depends upon the skills and capabilities of its employees. So, to upgrade the employees with the new working techniques, time-to-time training programs should be scheduled and held by the management. This helps in earning good profits and development of all the managers, employees, and the organization as a whole. Now, we have come to an end of our session for today. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you.